Now, it's being hailed as a major milestone for zero-carbon flight, a battery-powered passenger plane. The six-seater took off on its test flight from Cranfield University in Bedfordshire this week. Our science correspondent Richard Westcott has just sent us this.
Now, this may look to you like a normal aircraft, and in many ways it is, until you look in the front. Something fairly important missing. It hasn't got a normal engine. In fact, it's an electric aircraft. It's the biggest electric aircraft flying in Europe today, and this can fly even without that engine because there are batteries inside. We'll come over here. Julian, I'll get the pole. This is the new way we do things. You're running this project, yes. And this is important as well, isn't it? So follow the mic and tell us what this is.
So this here is a hydrogen fuel cell system. This is what will slot exactly in the empty space that you've just shown. And it will also enable us to go for 300 miles in this aircraft without any emissions, as opposed to just maybe 100 with the batteries.
So that's flying at the moment just with batteries, but you're going to put the fuel cell in and that will make it go further. But it's still electric green flight, isn't it?
Exactly, that's what it is. So this is in essence a chemical reactor that combines hydrogen from the tanks with oxygen from the air and generates electricity. And that's what runs the electric motors that you've just seen as well. Okay,
I'm going to reverse you back, follow the mic. Realistically, I mean, we've seen little electric planes for a while now, but realistically, when are we going to get an aircraft that carries lots of people that has this kind of green technology in it?
So that's a really good question. This is a six-seater. What we are going to do next is scale that up to a 20-seater, and we see that being certified and commercially available by 2023. Now you might ask, what about the Airbus A320 or something like that? And in fact, just last week, the French government has announced that they expect the next A320 to be hydrogen powered, and all that by 2035. So that's really what we're looking at in terms of timelines.
So 15 years, you could get 150 people on an aircraft flying around with green flight technology.
That's right, green hydrogen.
And what about long haul? Could you apply this to really long flights as well?
You can, absolutely. So in fact, hydrogen actually has more energy per weight than jet fuel. So you can absolutely use, at that point, liquid hydrogen for larger aircraft that can go longer ranges, even transatlantic.
So, as I said, they're going to put this fuel cell into that aircraft next month, and it's going to be flying around here, around Cranfield, maybe even next week, you were saying as well, with this in it?
We're going to do a couple more flights next week with this setup, and then we're going to drop this into the front of it, add the hydrogen tanks, and then, as you said, in a month from now, we're going to be flying on hydrogen. Okay,
so if you hear a very quiet aircraft in the skies over here, and it's blue like that, then you know that it's actually one of these green flights, so take a look.
Richard